Greetings, African family. Welcome to another episode of Clear Thinking with Brother Dulani. And I know, my people, these are some challenging times. These are some very difficult times that we're living in. As we are witnessing around the world, the present administration in Washington is wreaking havoc on this world. They are attacking every non-European on this planet. They are attacking institutions that do not uh, uphold and promote their values. They're doing everything they can to diminish other people in order to lift themselves up. Now they have also declared war on Iran, and they have also demolished Palestine. And we have seen all these things take place in real time. And as a people, all we can do is sit back and watch because we don't know who is next. When will our time come? When will it be an African country? We see many Black people are being replaced in position of power across America. We see many institutions being defunded, and all we can do is sit back and watch. Power dictates the terms and conditions. We have an unstable administration, an unstable mentality, and an unprincipled set of people in power, and they are hell-bent on carrying out their ideological supremacy of whiteness and their domination of capitalism around the world. They are hell-bent on have it their way or no way at all. And all we can do is sit back and watch. Or is that all we can do? Are we going to stand on principle? Are we going to stand up and look at this situation for what it is and know as African people, this is a time for us to regroup. This is a time for us to reflect. It's a time for us to dig within and find strength and to keep teaching our children and keep pushing forward with what we need to be done in terms of cultivating our own ideological foundation, strengthen our Pan-Africanism, take control of our resources, take control of our sovereignty, use this opportunity to look inward, to work together, to be in solidarity with each other. Right now, many leaders don't know what to do. They don't know how to respond to this leadership at present. We see them sitting back and, hands are tied, unable to act because of fear of reprisal. Many people now don't know what to say, don't know how to respond to this current attack that they see taking place around the world. We see the immigration policies are unfolding in America. We see the government of America is being unleashed on the people of America, on the most vulnerable. And as a result of this, many people are being targeted, many people are being brutalized, many people being picked up off the streets and been incarcerated and deported out of the country of America. We see these things and we look and what can we do? We feel almost powerless in the face of naked aggression, fascistic operation taking place all across America. But there is hope. We also see resistance. We also see many are taken to the streets. I think the last time I checked, over 1,800 protests across America against no to king, no kings. Donald Trump want to be king, and the American people are saying no to king, no King Donald Trump here. They don't want Donald Trump to be king. So there's a no kings protest taking place all across America because what they're witnessing is unusual. the level of dictatorship, the level of brutal, um, aggressive aggression against people, against common human people, humanity, and human beings. It's appalling. Even though some people in America, that's what they want. They see black and brown people as a threat. They see that the rise of African people, black people, and Hispanic people, Native people, as a diminution of white supremacy, diminution of whiteness. And they feel threatened. They think that non-white people, non-European people will be thinking and behaving like how they did. That non-European and black and African people will behave and act the same way that they have acted towards us, how they have mistreated us, how they have brutalized us. They thinking that we are going to think that way. We are going to behave that way. But they are counting out our Ubuntu, our humanity. We're better than that. We don't have to be brutal to another human being in order to be successful. We all can be successful. All we're saying is that there should be success across the board. Everyone should be able to share in the wealth. Everybody should be able to share in power and enjoyment and the pursuit of happiness. Everyone is entitled to that. Every baby is entitled to that. And that is the foundation of it all. They don't want to share. They want to assume all this power, and then they're willing to go at any length to maintain it and to brutalize other people if necessary to attain power. And I'm saying, my people, we cannot allow these things to take place. We have to stand up. We have to do something. And I must address something as well. Currently, there is a thing called sit this one out in America. There is a sentiment, and justifiably, that when other people are having crisis, when they are being attacked by the government and other forces, they expect African people, black people, to come to support them and to be in solidarity with them and to march with them and to fight with them. And that's well and good. And there's a lot of sentiment, and I'm in solidarity with people who have been oppressed around the world. However, there is a noticeable difference. When African people are under attack, when black people have been brutalized and been hunted and persecuted, you see very few of those other people who are oppressed people around the world willing to come to the aid of African people. For instance, when African people are marching for justice against police brutality, against government injustice, how many Palestinians do you see on the streets with African people? How many Palestinians or Iranians do you see marching with African people for justice when there's police brutality, when there's some type of injustice that takes place in our community? We see very little. We have to be honest about this reality. Even Hispanic people, how many Hispanics do you see march with us, protest with us? I even send messages of solidarity to African people when we are faced with traumatic situation, when we're faced with blatant injustice. We don't see the kind of reciprocity, the type of support, the type of solidarity that we expect, because African people have always been the vanguard and the defenders of all oppressed people around the world. Therefore, we expect that same type of energy, same type of support for us that we show to others who are struggling, are fighting against imperialism, against colonialism, against neo-colonialism. We have to be one in this struggle. We have to be united globally in solidarity with one another against these imperialist forces around the world. And I'm saying this in all truth and all fairness, that other people around, oppressed people around the world have not been so readily supportive of African people. Probably the only exceptional case I can think of was doing the George Floyd unaliving case that took place in America, where that police officer took the life of George Floyd. There were global support from many communities around the world, mostly white people as well, came out and marched across America in solidarity with African people, Black people, African people in America. And we recognize that for what it is. But I must say, still, I cannot say that I saw many Palestinian and Palestinian flags out there in solidarity with African people. I don't remember seeing many Iranians out there supporting African people. I don't remember seeing many Hispanics out there supporting African people. Not that they weren't, but not to the numbers that we would have expected. But we do appreciate those that come out and support. And I don't want to diminish the tragedy and the injustice being unleashed on the Iranian people at present. I don't want my critique of the lack of solidarity to diminish in any way the brutality, the inhumane attack on the people of Iran and Palestine, the execution that is taking place, the human rights violation that is taking place across that region. We must hold those perpetrators accountable. That is not right. And we need to be on record and say, it's not right. It's not fair. That's not how we do as human beings to one another. So we need to be clear about that. However, we must move forward. We must seek common grounds, and hopefully other oppressed people will see the value of standing with African people. And when you need support, it will be African people that will be out there with you, supporting you day in and day out. So yes, my people, a lot is taking place in this world. And, we're still monitoring the situations as they unfold. And I will be continuing to bring you more clear thinking with Brother Dulani. So do subscribe to this program. Help me to grow this platform. Take a moment, subscribe to this platform. Leave a comment. Mention issues that you wouldn't mind for me to discuss. And I will be returning to issues like in the Sahel with Burkina Faso and President Ibrahim Traore. And I think maybe I should say something at this point before I close about the one in Jamaica called Sir P. And I noticed he has did a part 2, double down on his idiotic criticism, his lunatic criticism of Ibrahim Traore. He's doubled down with this lazy analysis of the situation in Burkina Faso. And I want to say that I categorically disagree with him. And I reject his analysis again, because I brought a podcast on that. But I'm here double down in my rejection of his weak and also lazy position on Ibrahim Traore. And it seems to be exhibiting tendency of a counterinsurgency agent amongst our people that is willing to do the bidding of the West. He has a huge following in Jamaica. And that is the reason why I even take the time out to respond to him, because I'm hoping that listeners to his program would have heard this broadcast to refute him. He did not mention to you, my people, Sir P from Politics Watch in Jamaica. He did not mention that there are 17 industrial mining operations in the country of Burkina Faso, and that the agreement made with the Russian company is only with one agreement, but there were 2 previous mining operations that company was engaged with. And this one now is probably number 3. And that represents less than 1% of the mines in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso have over 440 mining operations. Most of them are small scale. 17 out of that 440 odd, 17 of that are industrial mining. So this idea that Russia is controlling 85% of the gold in Burkina Faso is a false, it's a joke, it's a lie, it's a deception, it's a weak analysis. They're nowhere near controlling 85% of the gold mines of Burkina Faso. So that is a lie, and the evidence shows that. And what's his name, Sir P, is not man enough to tell the people them that. He never mentioned to you that there was 17 industrial mine and that the agreement was on one gold mine for 8 years. He never tell you that. And also, he never mentioned that there's over 440, maybe 43 mining operation in that country. Didn't mention that. But you need to put it in perspective. So I wanted to address that because now, here's another part of the psychology. He used this one agreement to condemn Abraham Traore as a puppet, as a stooge from this old colonial relic. Stooge mean those who serve the imperial power. Those like the neo-colonialists who serve the colonial master. That's why he's using that one contract with one company as his barometer to paint Ibrahim Traore as a stooge of the Russian and the Chinese. Based on that alone, no other evidence, no other empirical evidence, only his feelings, his subjective, opinionated view and disrespect of Abraham Traore. That's all it is. Emotional, lazy, dismissive, arrogant, labeling of this man without knowing this man, without citing any specific things that he can show where he's been a puppet or a stooge. Only one agreement he used to extrapolate and make that conclusion. And I reject that conclusion. And I think we should be intelligent enough to detect BS when we see it. And Abraham Traore is, Sir P is definitely crossed the line with his analysis there. He's definitely gone into the falsehood and in the realm of subjective analysis. So, yes, my people, I just want to say, put out on record, I completely reject Sir P of Politics Watch, lazy and unproductive characterization of our brother Abraham Traore in Burkina Faso. So, yes, so thank you very much, my people. And as I was saying again, do like and share, do subscribe to this program, and do make a comment and tell me what you think about this program and how we can make it better, because I intend to keep doing more podcasts, more content, and get it out to the people. So thank you very much for watching. Until next time, walk good, my people. My respect every time. This has been Clear Thinking with Brother Dulani.